coffee. Hey guys, what's up? It's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is our monthly budget. I had asked you guys on Instagram if you wanted me to do monthly budget or like just with changes, and a majority of people wanted monthly budgets. For now, that's what I'm going to do unless they become like super redundant and not much is going on that's different. So it is about the end of April. It is April 27th. And the month isn't quite over yet, but I don't have any more payments or anything due for the rest of the month. So I thought it'd be a great time to sit down and film this video for you guys. So I have a few little extra things I'm gonna add into this too. I'm gonna do kind of a little update on where I am with debt and all that fun stuff. Then we'll go through my May budget, give you a little work update, and I'm also gonna talk about what I'm doing or planning to do with my stimulus check that I received. So let's get into the video. This past month actually went pretty well. As you can see, my income was $4,207.02, and $670 of that was left over from March. We have our emergency fund, which still has $1,000 in it, and then our wedding savings, I have finally hit the 5,000 mark. And we have our normal stuff. So obviously, like I've said before, me and Alex, we both put 1,000 into our joint account every month. So there's that. I do it twice a month with each paycheck. And then credit card and gas. I have officially paid off my credit card. I was only using it for gas, but after doing research and watching more of Dave Ramsey's videos and stuff, I decided that I don't really need it. There's no reason for me to build credit. I have credit because I have so much student debt. So I actually only ended up filling my car up one time this past month, and it only cost me $14.75. My subscriptions is always the same. Miscellaneous, if you remember last month, I usually allot myself $200 for miscellaneous. I literally didn't touch it in March. So April, I decreased it to $100, and I actually ended up going over a little bit. But so like the way that this app works is that like if I go over it, then it would tell me that I went over, and then I just kind of had to tweak it and move around some more numbers. We did that. My gym, I'm pretty sure Planet Fitness didn't charge me this month. I don't know why. So I guess I have $10 left over there. And then my 2 loan payments. So let's get into debt where I'm at currently. So this month I paid off $1,200 on my car loan. My monthly payment is usually $300, so I was able to basically make 4 monthly payments. When I first got it, it was $16,000 car loan, and now I am at $11,803.20, which is great. And then my student loan currently is at $110,799.58, and I have just been making my monthly payment on that, which is a little over $1,200. So for this next month, let's see how much money we have to roll over. $29.16. I'm gonna write that down real quick. All right, so I am going to click over to the May budget. Like I usually do, I am going to press start planning for May. I'm gonna decrease these a little, just do my normal. I get paid sometimes a little more, like $10 or so, but it's never like consistent enough. So that's why I just kind of put it back to $17.50. And then roll over from April is what I say, $29.16. Yeah, I know I'm over budget. And then I also got my stimulus check, and I actually got that in the middle of April, but I decided to wait to figure out what I'm gonna do with it until May because my April budget was completely taken care of and had everything under control. So we got an additional $1,200 there, and I already received it too, so I'm going to plug that in. A lot of stuff for me doesn't change month to month. So my joint account will be the same. Wedding savings is gonna be the same. I'm trying to figure out how much I'm gonna spend on gas. Okay, if I were to fill up my car twice, we'll go with $30 there. Subscription stays the same. Gym, I'm gonna do 60 just in case Planet Fitness decides to throw me? I don't even know. Miscellaneous, I'm gonna go in between and I'm gonna do 150. I don't plan on spending that much money, but if something were to come up or whatever, I have extra money. And our governor extended the lockdown in our state until the end of May. So I'm doing this as we're gonna still be shut down and I'm not gonna do anything. Actually, I'm gonna put this back to my normal $300 payment. Okay, we have $1,443.45 left to budget. A good chunk of that is from my government stimulus check from coronavirus. I got that already. I filled out my taxes really early this year, so I think that's why I got it so soon. But I have still I've been very back and forth on what I want to use my stimulus check for and my extra money for. Half of me thinks let's throw it towards our debt. Another half of me is like, let's save it for the wedding. Part of me last week almost had to buy a new laptop. I spilt on my keyboard and luckily it works still. So there's always that in the back of my head too. So I think my laptop's been working fine and I have enough money in my savings, aside from my emergency fund, to cover a new laptop if something were to happen randomly, like if it stopped working at some point. So I think what I decided to do is I'm gonna take both parts of what I wanted to do and do both of them. I'm gonna use half of it towards some extra payments for my car, and then half of it will go towards the wedding. That means that instead of 500, we are going to do 1,400, and then my car payment is going to be $843.45. Boom. Now we got an every dollar budget. I don't have any dates planned to work at the daycare this month. That's something that I had last month. I don't have any planned dates there, so obviously if I do work or I work extra at work or whatever, like any additional income that I have, I'll just do the rollover like I had been doing. So I guess the way that my budgeting is a little bit different than some people. I know one of my last budget videos, someone asked like how I'm able to budget ahead if I don't know exactly how much I'm going to be making. I work a very consistent schedule, like my hours. I will like pretty much always work 64 hours in a pay period, and my checks are always very, very, very close to each other. It's never less. If anything, it's a little more if I work more hours. So I'm very fortunate that's my situation. So I think that's all for my budget. It's really simple once you sit down and actually keep track of where your money is going. I think that's the biggest thing, is like if you know how much money you spend regularly and you keep track of it, it's pretty easy to make a budget. Let me know if you guys would be interested in knowing mine and Alex's combined budget is. I would love to go through that with you guys if that's something you're interested in. Another thing I wanted to go over is with working and coronavirus and everything that's been going on. I obviously have been able to keep my job and not working from home and not working different hours, and like my work has not changed, and we're actually about to get into our busy birthing months, so I probably will be working more. But if that's not your case or your situation, do what you can right now. It's really tough times. It's not easy for anyone. There's a lot going on. There's a lot that's unknown, and if you are going through financial struggles, I'm so sorry that that's happening to you, but we'll get through this. It's okay. Hopefully this ends within the next month. That would be great. To end this video, I actually asked you guys on Instagram if you had any questions about finances or money or whatever, and I got a few questions, and they're pretty good questions, so I'm going to go through those right now. First question is from Ashley Hodges _ She asks, how do y'all split finances up while engaged? I'm struggling with this myself. Me and Alex have separate bank accounts, and then about 3 or 4 months after we got engaged, once I started working my nursing job, we went and got a joint checking and savings account, mainly because we already split everything 50-50 that has to do with the apartment and groceries and pretty much everything, like rent, electricity, internet, groceries, going out to eat. We figured it was just easier to have that joint account to have all of our household items, whatever, come out of. So I sat down and I looked at how much we paid for rent, what we paid for internet, approximately what we pay for electricity every month, get like an average, what we were spending at the grocery store, what we were spending on going out to eat, and I combined all that for the month and it was about $2,000. So me and Alex just each put $1,000 in there a month. And when we go to the grocery store, we use our combined debit card. When we go out to eat, we use that. We use it for everything that's related to our apartment and us living together. We still have our separate checking savings accounts right now. When we get married, we'll just combine all of that. Alex is still in school, so I hope that answers your question. It's honestly going to depend on where you guys are financially. Like if you both have full-time jobs and don't have debt, or you do have debt but you both have debt, like you could just combine everything right now. For us, it was just easier to kind of gradually make that transition. The next question is from student nurse Leslie. She says, I'm thinking of starting to plan on how to pay my debt. Any ideas on where to start? I would first start by sitting down and figuring out your total number of your amount of debt that you owe completely, because obviously you have to know how much you're gonna be paying off. Dave Ramsey has his baby steps thing, so this is not like my idea. So basically you sit down, you put all the debts that you have in order, the minimum payment, and then you should also sit down and figure out or track your expenses for a month or two, and then use that to create a budget. You do the minimum payments on everything, and then your extra money you throw towards your smallest debt in snowballs. And then she also asked, what programs am I using to keep track? So I use the Every Dollar app that I told you. It's Dave Ramsey's app. I also have these just to kind of have a visual on where stuff is. So this is my car loan, and I'm like killing it on the car loan. This is my student loan one. This is gonna be a while to do, but it just keeps me motivated. Like this is so great to see, and I'm gonna be able to like knock off a few more this month too, which is great. So yeah, keeping track in multiple ways and like being able to visualize where you are. And then obviously I just check my accounts every so often and see where I'm at with those. And then MSO, I can't pronounce your name, sorry. 22 said, did you have anxiety over taking out a large loan for nursing school? No, I should have, but I didn't. At the time, I think it was just like, it was my only option, and I didn't think there was anything wrong with it, and there's not necessarily anything wrong with it. I did actually, I will say that so I got accepted to 2 accelerated nursing schools. One of them tuition was $45,000, and the other one it was like $60,000, and I got accepted into the one that was $60,000 first, and I had a really hard time figuring out if that was the program for me. I ended up saying no just because it was way too expensive. So that was very anxiety provoking situation. Actually sitting down and having to take out the loans, no, because I was already in debt from my previous degree, so like it didn't seem like them. Like it was like, I'm already in debt, what's some more debt? Which is not a great way to look at it, but okay, my battery died, so if this is not lined up in the same spot as before, I apologize. Okay, so the last 3 questions are by Detroit ABSN, and she asked, do me and my fiance budget together or separately? Both. I do most of the budgeting for both of us. I don't like his checking account and savings account. I don't touch. I don't tell him what to do with his money, but then I budget my checking account, and I basically budget our combined account, but it wasn't really that difficult to budget. She also asked, what are some things that I'm saving up for? Right now, the only thing that I'm saving for is a wedding. We're actually halfway to our goal, which is to save up $10,000. So I've saved up $5,000, and actually we'll have more now because I was able to put a little extra towards it. Alex has saved up a little bit too. Technically I've hit like my half, but he isn't working full time, so he doesn't really have the extra money to save. And then our parents are also giving us some money, so that's the biggest thing that we're saving for right now. Her last question was, are you getting hazard pay, if I don't mind sharing? No, I'm not getting hazard pay. And I'm not even, like, I am a nurse, but I'm really not working on the front lines of this. So no, I'm not getting paid any extra, but I don't really need to get paid extra. So that was your guys' questions. If you guys have any other questions about finance or nursing or anything like that, feel free to comment below or message me on Instagram. I try really hard to reply to everyone. Sometimes I forget. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss any more videos from me, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment below any other videos you guys want to see from me regarding finance or nursing or whatever, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!